Hey guys, this is Dinosaur Drawer, and today I want to show you guys how to draw the Allosaurus from Jurassic World Battle at Big Rock. and I've seen it a couple of days ago and I really liked it, and yeah, I decided to try and make a tutorial. And also, if you're gonna stick to the end of the video, there will be a time-lapse version of me doing the whole drawing again, and well, with a little bit more detail, of course. Okay, so we're gonna start with drawing a shape like this. Just an oval shape over here. Then over here we want to attach one of his legs, and we're gonna draw it like he is walking forward and stuff. So this leg will be lifted off the ground. It will also be kind of facing us a little bit. So this goes like this, and over here we will have the hip area, his back over here, and then over here we will have his neck going like this. We want to draw two circles for where we want to connect his forearms. So this is going to be one, and then this is going to be one. This is going to be his upper arm, this is going to be his lower arm, and then over here we will have kind of well, it will look a little bit more like this. And here is the lower area of his arm, and then his neck will connect to this. So let's go back into his leg again. So this leg, like I said, is going to be slightly facing us a little bit. We're just going to draw a shape like this. This is going to be his, these are going to be his toes, and of course his calf muscle over there. And then the other leg is about over here. It starts over here, goes like this, and it goes like this. And then this one is also slightly facing us a little bit. So we will see a little bit of that as well, just below his the other foot. And then we can see the other knee over here. So it looks really messy right now, but when you erase it, I'm pretty sure that it will look a lot better. So this is going to be the basic shape of his head. Draw shapes like what I'm doing right now. It could be even a little bit bigger, because I made it a little bit too small here. You can make it a little bit bigger. So right now I'm still at the sketching phase. Let's draw a very big head right here, like this. So that's going to be the basic forms for his head. So yeah, it's going to be at an angle like this. His hip will be about over here, and then just below his hip we will see his tail going like this. And I'm not sure if you can still see it very well. I hope you can. Alright, and then you just draw his tail like this. And his other leg can be a little bit further back. I'm just gonna draw it just a tiny bit further back. So I'm gonna make sure that his leg goes like this, goes like this, and then it goes like this. And over here we will have his foot. Like so. Maybe this should be shaped a tiny bit different. But I think for now this will be okay. So now we want to draw the base for his little fingers in, which we're going to do with a couple of lines. So it's going to be a line going like this, line going like this, and then there's a claw attached to that. This one as well, line going like this, line going like this, and a claw attached to it. Over here the same. Just draw something like that, and what you can do is you go over it and make sure you make it look like there's some skin around it, and then you basically just erase the very thin lines that you drew to help you with the position of the little fingers. So that's gonna be fine. So over here as well, but just a little bit different. This one goes like this. A claw attached to it. And this one goes like this. And a claw attached to it. And then you would be able to see the last one over here somewhere. Or maybe not even, not at all. So just do the same thing, put some skin around it, and over here as well. And I think you wouldn't really be able to see the third one because it's just exactly behind that one. And then you draw in the rest of the arm. I might have made this arm a little bit too long, but I think it will be fine for now. And now we want to have a very muscular, well, I mean, it's not, the Allosaurus isn't very muscular like the T-Rex. It's just that every dinosaur in Jurassic Park or Jurassic World looks a little bit stronger than what they were supposed to be. A little bit bigger and everything. So now for the head, the Allosaurus has two of those very big eye ridges. And then over here you draw the other one. Make sure that you put them the right spot. Alright. And then you draw a line back like this, and then it goes out over there, goes back in a little bit, and then it goes straight up into his head. So that is the upper jaw. Now let's move on to his lower jaw. You just connect it like that. Now you want to make sure that the neck looks accurate. Alright, So now we can put some flesh around his legs. So this leg will be going like this, and over here we will have a knee, and it goes like this. So he is pulling up his leg and it is going towards us. So normally his knee would be about over there actually, and that will because he is pulling his leg towards us, we will see less of this cuff over here, so it's going to be a little bit shorter than the one over there. It will be a little bit foreshortened. So this is his ankle over here, and then we go a little bit further down like this. Now we can draw in a couple of toes. Well, let's start with the middle one. So we're just gonna make sure that he has some curved toes, like that. And over here as well. So something like that. And now we can put some muscle and skin around it. And that's where his foot will end. And then you can pull this line further back, like that, and that will look like a pretty nice looking dinosaur foot. Now we want to draw his knee over here and put some muscle over there as well. And then the big calf muscle which starts over there. And this foot will be slightly curved. Because he is obviously walking on it. And over here we will have the third one. Alright, and then of course we need the little claw right here, which will be going like that. So yeah, I'm gonna erase this area, make it look a little bit cleaner. Alright, that looks a little bit better. So now we need to put in an indication of where his eye is gonna be. And then this, well, we need to put a line right here, because that's what the Allosaurus in Battle at Big Rock has. And the Allosaurus at Battle at Big Rock looks a little bit different than just the normal Allosaurus that you would see in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. But that's because in Fallen Kingdom it was still a juvenile, and in Battle at Big Rock the Allosaurus was a grown up. It was an adult. so that's why it will look a little bit different. So for his eye, just a little bit, just put it a little bit further in front of this area and a little bit further up, closer to this eyebrow, this eye ridge, and that would be the perfect spot. Okay, so basically all we have to do now is we could erase everything and go over it, over the important lines, so it will look a lot cleaner, or we could just go over it with a darker pencil. So I'm just gonna go over it by I'm just gonna erase everything and go over it with a darker pencil. Well, a finer pencil. I keep saying darker pencil, but it's just a finer pencil, that's all. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip to the part to where I darkened everything. Okay guys, I darkened every important line, and now it's time to add a little bit of detail. So in the Allosaurus, the Allosaurus in Jurassic World has some spines. So a couple over here that we can see from here. There is a little bit of room between each one. So there's a couple over here and there's a couple over here. So make sure you put those in as well. And right now I'm not being very accurate, obviously. It's just for the sake of having them in the drawing, because we're drawing the Allosaurus from Jurassic World Battle at Big Rock, so we're trying to get it a little bit accurate. So from here on he has a lot of very sharp, spiky looking scales. You would almost say like they are some sort of feathers. So obviously I'm not gonna put in every single spike. Now I can darken in this line a little bit better. And they come from over here, so put them in like this. And now he has a couple more of them on. Well, I can actually make these a little bit darker because they look a little bit too light right now. Doesn't look like they are from the same, they are attached to the same creature. So I'm just quickly doing that now. And now a couple of them over here as well. These ones are a lot smaller and they are a lot more crocodilian like. Excuse me, sorry. So yeah, there you have the basic Allosaurus from Jurassic World Battle at Big Rock. What you could do right now is add a little bit more detail by, well, obviously we forgot to put in the teeth. Just put in a couple of them like this and that would be fine. So yeah, at this stage, at this point, you could put in a little bit more detail, like a couple of veins coming from the neck and a little bit of shadow here and there. Maybe these veins go even further down like this. And you can make it as detailed as you want. And from here on, the scales on his back are still going on. They are changing shape little by little. They're turning into more of some almost like crocodilian skulls. You don't need to put everything in. Just put an indication of where the scales are supposed to cast a little bit of shadow. And then you just put them in like this. The tail as well, you need a little bit of a couple of lines that go like this. Maybe even a couple of lines that go with the different directions. To make it look a little bit more natural. And you could of course put in some shadow. So well, let's add a little bit of shadow over here. A little bit over here as well. Over here maybe. Between the toes obviously, because there's not a lot of light that will be able to reach there. Between those toes over here as well. Just make sure that you don't darken the whole toe completely, because we still need to have that little bit of highlight over there. And obviously this leg will be a lot darker than the other one, because it's underneath him. Maybe we have a little bit of another muscle over here that's kind of showing. A little bit of shadow of the knee, a couple of wrinkles maybe, might look quite nice. So, and like this, you just put a lot more detail into your drawing without even having to worry too much. So maybe we'll make this part of his face a little darker. Make sure you do leave that highlight over there. Make it look a little bit more like the one in the movie. A little bit more shadow everywhere. Alright, maybe a little bit of shadow over here as well. Like I said, I'm just putting it in very roughly, not really worrying too much about it. It's starting to look quite nice, in my opinion. So we could add a little bit of a muscle structure right here just by putting in some shadows. Maybe between the fingers as well. Not too much, just a little bit. Alright, and then of course underneath his tail supposed to be a little bit of shadow as well. I'm just quickly pulling it in. Make sure you do leave a couple of highlights because they are supposed to be there. You might be hearing noises at the background. That's my dog. You keep hearing him about every single video. But yeah, I just can't help it. I can't make sure that he doesn't move, if you know what I mean. He needs to move once in a while, drain his energy a little bit, and then he can go back to his spot again and lay down. Maybe even get some sleep. Maybe a little bit shadow underneath this area. So yeah, there we have it. I think this Allosaurus is looks pretty okay, in my opinion, at least. And well, I hope I helped a little bit with the people that really want to try to draw this but don't know how. And yeah, alright, so if you like this video, leave a like, comment below what you think about the video and the drawing in general, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss a single video. So I have another time-lapse video that you guys will see right now, in which I draw, well, I'm gonna draw almost exactly the same thing, but just a little bit more detail, a little bit darker, and it will take a little bit more time. So this was Dinosaur Drawer, and enjoy the rest of the video.